Thanks, Ray. Well, my name is Don Lee here in Jacksonville, Florida. Happy New Year's to all of you guys. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and meet with us tonight. Just really quickly about me. So prior to my Texit business, I was in a full-time sales position, selling garage flooring like this, selling windows and doors for the past 2 years. So the company would set up an appointment, and then I would show up. I would drive as much as 2 hours to do a presentation. Hopefully by the end of that presentation, they'll say yes, and that's how I earn and make commission. But over the 2 years, I've come to find that I'm missing out time with family, missing out time. We have 4 boys. My wife is back there. We've been married for 23 years. We have 4 wonderful boys who are now loving the Lord. And of course, my oldest one's married to the Spangler. So I was missing out, their basketball games, their soccer games, and I had to work on Saturdays. So I couldn't spend the weekend to enjoy time with the family. I knew, and at that time, I was making enough money, but it's like you can't earn enough. You can't make enough, because I find myself every single month, the credit card bill is going higher and higher. You guys recognize that or been where the credit card just keeps surging and surging? And so I knew that something has to change. We are Christians. We have attended New Life for the past 18 years. We're elders at New Life just right down the road here. And as Christian, we reach out to our God for our provision. And we pray and we ask him, Lord, what can we do? I need an injection of funds. If I don't do anything, my situation is going to get worse and worse every single month. And I remember one night, my wife and I, we planned an evening for us to have a romantic outing. And so we went out to Panera. I didn't have much money back then. We went out to Panera for dinner. And, it started out beautiful that evening. But then shortly, the discussion got around finances, and it got sour, and then, fingers start pointing, and I, wasn't living up to be the man that I need to be, and I wasn't providing for the family, being the priest and the head of my home. And then it just got so bad we ended abruptly. And on our way home, we decided to stop by Abbas Park, which is where I play tennis. We wanted to hash it out. We didn't want to go home upset, be around the boys. And while we were sitting in the parking lot talking about our future, talking about our finances, I received a text message from my good friend Keith, whom I very well respect. He used to play ball for Bear Bryant, very successful in business, a great Christian man, has 6 kids of his own. He told me, Don, you got to take a look at this company called Texit. And guys, it took me about a week and a half. At that time, I wasn't open, but he kept pushing. And when I did my research about the company, about Bobby Gray, which I'm going to share here in just a moment, I decided to jump in. I jumped in. I bought 3 mines, one for myself, one for my wife, and one for my son. And I decided to, like they say, put the pedal to the metal and go gamebuster. So during appointments, when I was driving to appointments, I would be on the phone talking to people. I would text people because I had a full-time job. I still had to provide for the family. But after 3 months, I was able to make enough to pay off my credit card debt of $50,000. Being completely debt-free. If you guys have never experienced being debt-free, I can't explain to you how exhilarating, how tremendous. It's almost like a supernatural experience, when you have that weight lifted off of you. Not only that, but I submitted my resignation to that company. After 3 months, I was able to walk away and start doing this full time. And I'm only sharing that is to let you guys know that every one of you have that same opportunity today. If you're not a miner, if you're here listening for the first time, keep an open mind, because what I'm going to share with you will give you the ability. It's a vehicle that will not only allow you to make money instantly, immediately, but this is a long-term thing which I'll share about that you can give to your children, grandchildren for many generations. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So I always like to read the disclaimer that I'm not an employee of Texit Coin. I'm not a financial advisor or an attorney. This presentation is for educational purposes only. I do not give tax or legal advice, and there is no guarantees of income. Oh. Okay. So tonight we're going to talk about the evolution of money. So back in the old days, they started out with bartering. You got a chicken, I'll give you some meat. You got a, whatever. Bartering. And over the years, they discovered metal coins, gold and silver. And then from metal coins, we went to paper money, cash, fiat money. And then from fiat money, we would go to credit cards, debit cards. Who has one of those in your pocket right now? All right. From credit cards, we would go to digital banks like Google app, Apple Pay, PayPal, Venmo, things like that. But the ultimate shift is heading to what we call digital native currency, also known as cryptocurrency. And that's what I want to talk to you tonight, because the future of money is here and it's only just begun. Quick question. Did you miss buying Bitcoin when it was at $5? 13 years ago, Bitcoin was at $5. And if you invested $100 back then when it was $5, guess what? You would be millionaires, if not billionaires today. We're talking about a time machine, a Bitcoin time machine. If you were able to go back in time, all of us would invest at least $100 or $1,000, however much we can afford to invest, right? So let's be real, our dollars is worth less every year. Inflation's eating our savings. Bank fees are rising and the Fed prints money like it's toilet paper. So crypto is the evolution of money. And the world's richest man, Elon Musk, says the future currency of the earth will be crypto. It's inevitable. And of course, our president says that he will help make America the crypto capital of the world. And you heard what Brick said earlier, that upon taking office, immediately he passed what's called the Genius Act, right? And it's allow everyone to use their retirement 401k without being a taxable event to invest into cryptocurrency. He's the most crypto-friendly president we've ever had. So I want to introduce to you tonight to Texit Coin. This is your second chance. If you missed Bitcoin, please pay close attention. I'm only going to take about 30, maybe 40 minutes, depending on how many questions you have. But Texit Coin is a proof of work, layer 1 blockchain cryptocurrency that was launched in Texas, January of 2024. It's designed as a fast, low-cost, mineable digital currency with a focus on honest money and local economic utility. It's built and mined entirely in Texas with zero pre-mine and a supply of 353 million coins. We're on a stable, proven system, a clone of Litecoin, and the reason why we chose Litecoin is because it's faster, it's more advanced, and the transaction is pennies, literally next to nothing. And we are 100% transparent. When you go to our website, mytexit.com, you will see that Bobby holds nothing back. Everything from being raised 143 million up to this point so far, how much commission he's paid out, where we are with our mining operation. I'm going to share all of that with you tonight. So the Texit blockchain is created with the future in mind, and it's designed to last for 135 years. So you now have a chance to establish a solid economic investment that has the potential to create generational wealth. And Bobby likes to identify our project to getting on a rocket ship. So buckle your seat, because we're heading to the moon and beyond. So what's the key difference between Bitcoin and Texit Coin? Because many of you have heard Bitcoin. You may be familiar with that. So let me explain to you what the key differences are. Bitcoin has no clear path. Identity of a founder, still unknown. It started back in 2009, 2010 by a guy named Satoshi Nakamoto. We don't know who he is. We can't track him down. He could be a person. He could be an entity. He could be who knows, part of the government. Transaction fees makes Bitcoin unusable as a daily real currency. There's no website. There's no plan. There's no community. It's no longer profitable to mine the Bitcoin. 15 years ago, you could buy sophisticated computer equipment, be able to plug that into your home and mine Bitcoin. But now the mining difficulty has gone so high, so much, you got to have money like an institution, like a government. Did you know that China right now owns the most Bitcoin? China. And of course, BlackRock also has a big portfolio. So the difference is here at Texit Coin, we have a clear mission and we know who the founder is. Like I said, the transaction fee are literally next to nothing. Website designed for full transparency and affordable entry point. Let me introduce you to our fearless leader and founder, Mr. Bobby Gray. He is no stranger to the currency industry. For 18 years, he has manufactured silver, copper, and in 2012, he held a congressional testimony in front of Congressman Ron Paul talking about the theory of competing currency because he was discovering that the fiat US dollar is losing its value and it is so corrupted that he was introducing a different form of currency, and that's why he did that. This logo right here, the Bitcoin logo that gave Bitcoin, put it on the map, guess who developed that? Bobby Gray. He created the very first physical Bitcoin that looks exactly like that, and he sold millions of that back in 2012. And he also created what's called a cold storage coin. It looks exactly like this right here, and every miner gets this coin. It's to help protect crypto. Any asset that you have, it helps to protect that because back in 2019, right before COVID happened, I had 7 Bitcoin that I was holding on an exchange. And of course, through some phishing email and scam attempts, I fell to that. And the scammer was able to get access to my account and took away all 7 Bitcoins. How many know how much 1 Bitcoin is today? How much? It's about 90, right? 90,000 or so. Just imagine. I mean, 7 Bitcoin. Had I still had that today, if I had one of these, I wouldn't lose it. So having seen crypto's journey from Bitcoin's early day to now, I believe the future is digital. Texit Coin stands out with the speed, decentralization, and a strong potential for growth. My vision is all about community, trade, and profit built on the principle, again, you keep hearing this, of honest money. Had a chance back in November, my wife and I, we had a big event in Tampa. I was able to meet with him there. And as you heard, Casey said that just last month, wasn't it, that we all got invited. They've flown us. Mitchell was there too, to McKinney, Texas, where Bobby was at. He invited him to his home. This guy here, I have to say, he's still young. He's about 45, and he's so generous. And he has such a vision for the future of what he's trying to do here. And if you guys are able to grasp just a little bit of what he's trying to do and hang on to the coattail of what he's doing here at Texit Coin, we are all going to the moon. So Texit Coin, our vision is very simple. There's only 3 things that we do here. Number 1, we're building the mine. We are currently in phase 1 of this project. And in this phase, we are crowdsourcing, building what's called a 100 megawatt mining operation. So we're basically selling 1 million mines. And currently, we have sold 22% of the 1 million mines. Number 2, we pay commission to anyone that chooses to help build the network. And then number 3, we promote the coin. Our goal is to bring this global awareness to everyone. Our goal is to be the top 10 coin in the world. So when I went to Texit last month, was able to visit the office. And the reason why I have these selfie is because a lot of people have been scammed in cryptocurrency. If you've been around for a while, like myself, we all have gone down that path where certain companies and projects tells you that they are mining the coin. They're paying you 1% a day, 2% a day, or however much it is. And then after 5 months, 6 months, when you're ready to withdraw, guess what? The company is gone. The owner walks away with your hard-earned money. And the reason why I want to have pictures is because I want to let people know that, hey, there are offices in Texas. And we toured the mining facility. So here is a small mining operation in Mansfield, Texas. And inside of this container are these L9 machines that I'm holding here. And these L9 machines, I believe Bobby said, cost anywhere from $7,000 to $9,000. And in that warehouse that day, there was like several hundred. And our goal Texit is to have 35 different sites in Texas. So far, we are live in Mansfield. We are live in McKinney. And we just had this container, this tractor container that housed about 200 of these machines. 2 of them just went live in Conroe, Texas. And what's the other place? Victoria is getting ready to flip on. But our goal is to try to create 35 of these mining operations. So we promote the coin, right? Who have seen a billboard of Texit? Look around you. There has been so many people that have seen the billboard. My wife and I, a couple months ago, driving down on Beach Avenue, we saw the sign and we couldn't believe that. Of course, it's all because of Brig. He's bringing so much attention to Jacksonville and the surrounding area. But there's literally thousands of those billboards that are light up all around the country. And if you've flown to any place in the airport, so when I was coming back from Houston, Dallas, it's all over there. We're all in Orlando, Miami, Atlanta, LAX, Denver, and a few other places. But the company does all of that promotion for us. Of course, cars. Bobby loves luxury cars that are wrapped with Texit. Here in this garage, you see there's 3 of them. There's one there, and there's one back there, and there's one out there. Hopefully one day, maybe Brig will let me take that Rose around it. Right, Brig? I don't know. Where is he? Okay. All right. But yeah, there are literally hundreds and hundreds of these wrapped Texit cars that's driving around all over the United States. So how can you participate in Texit? 1, you can purchase Texit on a few public exchanges at today's market price. So anybody, you don't have to be a miner. You can go on one of our 10 exchanges, and I'll show you what they are, and you can buy the coin. And anybody can do that. You can buy 1 coin, you can buy as much as you want. Or 2, buy what I call a mining shares and get Texit deposited into your cold storage wallet every day for the next 135 years. So here's the opportunity. So the mining operation is all done in Texas, in the many different sites. They have the hardware, they have the facility, they have the engineers, they take care of all of that for us. What the opportunity is for individuals like us to be able to buy in a mining share. That's what I call it, kind of like buying a share into a new startup company. Like you heard what he said, Amway, not Amway, but Amazon and Google or Tesla. When you buy it in early, right? Of course, there's more risk because you're getting in early, but the early people are the one that get the greatest reward once everything rolls out. So when you become a miner, like I said, you will get a package, and in that package, you will get this cold storage coin. Every day when your mine is producing the coin, it's stored in this cold storage coin. Whenever you're ready to cash out, in the back of the coin is the QR code, and all you have to do is just scan it, right? Scan it. It's off of the exchange. It's off of the internet. It's off of your cell phone, so it cannot be hacked. If I had one of these, like I said, 6 years ago, I wouldn't lose my 7 Bitcoin to scammer. So he came out with this idea, and it's ingenious because now, even for the newbies who are not very well versed in keeping your coins or locking your coins up, different things like that, it's automatically done by the company. So you don't have to worry about that. And exchanging is so simple. So what's the benefit of mining versus buying Texit on the market? So let me highlight some of the benefits. So owning a mine, again, generates coins every day. Mines are financial asset that you can will and you can sell or you can give away to your children, grandchildren. By being a miner, you can now participate in the referral program, car giveaways, bonuses, and trips. And also, as a miner, we get to participate in Bobby's update call every single week, where he talks about, exciting news about what's happening. As a matter of fact, yesterday he shared with us that we have just inked our first contract into the phase 2 of what we call downtown digital dollar. And I'll share more about that here in just a moment. So owning a mining share is like having a golden goose that produces golden eggs, which is Texit coin, for the next 135 years. So what are your mining options? As a miner, you can buy up to 9 mines. Okay, that's it. Even if you have $1 million and you said, I want to buy 1 million mines, Bobby's not going to allow you to do that. He doesn't want one individual, one group of people, one company or entity to come in and control his mine. It's made for the people, by the people. One mine costs at one time $9.95. That's it. No monthly fees, annual fees, website dues, nothing like that. One mine comes with 100 hash power. The greater the hash power, the more coins you will receive, okay? It's just like a horsepower in a car. The greater the horsepower, the faster that car is gonna go, right? So if you want more coins, you just have to increase your hash power. That is purchasing more mine. And everything is set up for you. Even if you're brand newbie to this, you don't need any technical knowledge. They set up a back office portal, password protected, allow you to get in there to be able to monitor and control your operation. You can also download an app onto your cell phone, be able to manage your coins every single day. All of that is free. That's part of this $9.95 one-time setup. You can buy 2, you can buy 3, you can buy 5, you can buy all the way up to 9 mines. This is what we call the Business Builder Pack. It's $89.95. And with this package, you get 1 free. So instead of 900 hash power, it's 1,000 hash power. Again, the more hash power you have, the more coins your mine will produce. So as a miner, there's 3 ways that you can earn. Number 1, each mine generates coins 24/7 for 135 years, completely on autopilot. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to invite people. You don't have to stand up here, do a presentation. You don't have to do anything, okay? Like I said, for when I joined back in May of this year, I had a full-time job. I had to travel to appointments to make my sales, do my presentation, while my mine is producing coins every single day. Number 2, you can earn and benefit through the increased value of Texit coin over time. And I'll talk more about that very soon. Or number 3, you can build a community of miners to help achieve phase 1. Again, our goal is to sell 1 million mines. And up to this point, we have sold 22%, which is 220,000 of these mines. And once the mines are sold out, guys, that's it. So right before I came on here, I went to CoinMarketCap, which is the website where it's basically everything that you want to know about cryptocurrency, news related, launches, pricing, index, market cap. So right now, our coin is sitting at $1.10. What I got circled right up there is ever since we started, our coin have risen 1,573%. So when I joined in May, which is right around here somewhere, it was just at 60 cents. Was where it was at. And of course here, as you can see from the chart, because I mean, this is live right now, anybody can go there. You saw back around September, October of last year, we had a spike up and it went up to almost $7. At that time, Bobby took a big group of rangers, leaders to Asia, Thailand, and they had the world's biggest crypto conference over there. And he got on stage and shared about Texit coin, and we saw a big surge. And also, so that was the reason for the surge. Of course, eventually it kind of went down, and then Bobby had a promotion back around October, where depending on how many people you put in, he will incentivize you by giving you extra coins. So we saw another spike, and then where the market is at now. Like I said, it went up as much as $7, and right now it's sitting at $1.10. And what I believe right now is that Texit coin is on sale. If you would like to increase your holding of Texit coin, you want to build up your stash or your bag of coins, now is the time to be able to get in. So again, our maximum supply is 353 million. So the 10 different exchanges that we are on, here they are. And two of the USA exchange is Pinex and Biconomy. Since us being here in the USA, you definitely want to, if you want to go onto the exchange and buy the coins, that's where I would highly recommend. But you will find our coins listed on these 10 different platforms. So phase two, right? Once phase one ends, when we sell out our 1 million mine, is when we enter into phase two. Phase two is where it's all about the utility of the coin. What is this coin used for? So what Bobby's building right now, it's actually has gone live, is what's called downtown digital dollars. And what's happening in phase two is that he's allowing local communities like in McKinney, businesses to be able to launch their coin on our layer one blockchain, meaning that they can create their own coin. Like if they're in McKinney, Chamber of Commerce can create a McKinney coin. If they're in Dallas, they can create the Dallas coin, so on and so forth. And what happens is that all of those local community can create these local coins that they can use, and it helps to spur businesses and commerce. And every time they build onto our network, guess what? It helps to increase the value of the coin because they have to buy Texit coin as a gas fee every time they use their own coin that they've developed on our platform. Okay, so that's phase two, and it's already happening right now. Like I said, just last week, Bobby Gray has inked the very first deal. It's one of the biggest, music festival, operation that's in McKinney, and we believe that, and you can read this article on our website at mytxc.com. He wrote this back in September of last year. And when phase two happens, when people start using our blockchain and start creating their own coin to start doing local businesses, he believes that by 2027, that our coin, the value of the coin, can skyrocket to $800. Now, look at this. You really want to pay close attention to this chart. Once all of the mines are sold out, 1 million mines are sold out. Okay, right now, one mine is producing 0.4 coin a day. And of course, as more and more people, we have like 57,000 people, right? As more and more people buy into the mining operation, the amount that you will receive each day will decrease. So when I started back in May, I was a miner number right at 3,500. That's where I was at. One mine was producing about 10 coins a day. Now, one mine is producing 0.4. When we completely sell out the 1 million mines, one mine is going to produce basically 0.1, okay, 0.1 coin a day. And as you follow this over time, as the value of the coin rises, just like Bitcoin rises over time, if it goes to $16, you'll be making $45 a month. $80, you have $228 a month. When it gets to 800 coins, you're sitting at $22.80 a month. And that's every month for the next 135 years, because these mines, that's how long they are designed to go for. So the question is, by the time we finish this operation, completely build out phase one, how many mines, how many mining seats do you want to have? Let's say, for example, because a lot of people buys in at the 9 seat, because if they buy 9, they get 1 free. If they have 9 seat, if the coin goes up to $800 a coin, and again, you saw that article that Bobby said, that probably by the end of 2027, we believe that it will rise up to $800 a coin. If you have 9 seat, you're sitting at $20,000 a month. If you have 27 seat, which is 27 mine, you're sitting at $61,000 a month when this coin goes up to $800 a coin. I mean, we believe it's 2027. What happened if it doesn't hit by 2027? What happened if it takes 3 more years, like 2030? Okay? I tell my miners, think of this as a long-term project, at least 2 to 5 years. 2 to 5 years. Of course, we know that the mines operate for 135 years, so it goes much longer because, I'm in this to be able to not only create a legacy and create an income for us right now, but to leave a legacy for my children, my grandchildren. And I believe all of you guys want something like that. Maybe you haven't found a vehicle that can do that, but I'm presenting to you right now that this Texit vehicle has the ability to get you there. Remember, this is just the mines producing this income for you without you having to do anything, okay? It generates coins autopilot every single day, 24/7. The only thing that's gonna stop that is when there is a hurricane power outage that shuts down the mining operation. That's why Bobby wants to build 35 different sites in over 35 different cities so that you have redundancy. If one operation gets shut down, it's not going to shut down the whole entire project, you see? So, and then of course, if you have 54 seat and if it's $800 a coin, look at that. You're over $100,000 a month. Over $100,000 a month. So the question is, how many mines do you want to own? So we started out with 3. I bought one for myself, one for my wife, and one for my children. Eventually, I upgraded my wife to the 9. So out of pocket, we spent about $12,000, right? That we purchased. Remember, the company only allows you to buy up to 9, but they will allow you, if you build a community, if you share this with other people, to be able to earn an unlimited amount of mines. And so we started out with 3 and then went to 12. And because of what I'm about to share with you next, soon. So cash out. When you're ready to cash out your coin, it's fast, it's easy, and it's simple. So here's one of the 10 exchanges that we're on, DexTrade. Look at this. No documents, only email to open up an account. And you can withdraw 5 Bitcoin a day. That's like $500,000 a day that you can withdraw. People are doing that every day. People withdrawing. You heard Brick said that, Lita withdrew like what, 200,000 or something like that. People are withdrawing every day to pay their bills, to pay for living expenses, to pay off their homes, because it's liquid. When you're ready to cash out, there's no hold. You don't have to wait 3 months, 6 months, a year for you to get your money. No wait. Sometimes you got to wait 24 hours, 72 hours, and no limit. You want to withdraw 1 coin, you want to withdraw all of your portfolio. You can do that. You have full control of your coins on how you want to manage your operation. So up to this point, like I said, it requires no work from you whatsoever. But we do have what's called a referral opportunity. The incentive plans are designed to help grow the Texas community and achieve the vision. Again, our vision is to sell 1 million mines, and we're at 22% right now. Participating in the referral opportunity is not a requirement, okay? You don't have to do this. It's completely optional. You can still mine Texit coin, get your reward every night, and never sign anyone up. But if you choose to share this with other people, they will reward you not only with extra mines, because I started with 3, and because I've shared this opportunity with other people, I've now am sitting at over 100 mines. Okay? Over 100. Remember this slide? 54 seats. If it gets to $800, that's where it's at. So you double that, right? I'm over 100, you double that. And look, if it gets to $2,000 a coin, Bobby actually did a video with a couple of our leaders several months ago where he talks about that our coin can rise to $2,800 a coin in the next few years. So 2,000 is not out of the ballpark. Bitcoin, did you know that the very first transaction of Bitcoin, you know where that was? Who knows where the very first transaction was, Katie? Jacksonville, that's right. That's right. So somebody wanted to buy 2 large pizza. You know how much they paid for it? 10,000 Bitcoin. 10,000 Bitcoin was the very first transaction that was recorded here in Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, so back then, Bitcoin was what? maybe 10 cents, $1. I don't know. I don't know how much it is, but it was basically nothing. But over time, we saw the Bitcoin rising in value. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down. But guess what? Over time, it's a curve that's going straight up. And of course, Eric Trump, I follow him quite a bit because he's leading Donald Trump's cryptocurrency project. He believes that Bitcoin by the end of this year is going to rise up to $500,000. So our projection of $2,000 a coin in the next 2 to 5 years is really not far-fetched at all, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to show you, this opportunity that we have. But if you want to share this with other people, let me show you how you can maximize your incentive. We have 2 bonus structure here at Texit Coin. Number 1 is what we call the 1, 2 free bonus. How does that work? For every 3 new miners you sign up, you get an additional mine for free. Now, if you do that in your first 30 days, you BOGO and you get 2 mines, which is 200 hash, which is a value of $2,000. Every time you bring in 3 people, their 30-day cycle resets. My first month, I put in like 30 people my first month. And I earned like 10 extra mines right away, just from this here, just from this. This is how I went from 3 to over 100, is because of this right here. So again, this is our first bonus. Our second bonus is called the rapid reward, okay? To participate in the rapid reward, you have to bring in 3 people. So if you bring in 3 people, not only will you get 2 extra mines, if you do it within your first 30 days, but now you are qualified to earn the Rapid Reward Affiliate Program. And this is how it works. Every mine that you sell, your downline sell, it could be from spillover, it could be from a 100 level below you. It doesn't matter how that mine shows up on your genealogy. Every mine equals 1 point. When you have 3, this pay plan utilizes what's called the binary pay plan. So the binary is very simple. It's the left side and the right side. That's it. Or left tree, left team, right team, however you want to call it. But to bring it to its simplicity, simple form, it's the left side and the right side. When you have 3 points on the left, 3 points on the right, it's $1,000 for that week. 6 points on the left, 6 points on the right is $2,000 for that week. And then 9, the company caps it out at $3,000 a week. Okay, so max earning, like I said, $3,000 a week. Any points that's more than 9 points, right? So like if you happen to be on Briggs spillover, you probably have hundreds and probably thousands of points that's just falling off every single week. On my right side, every week I have like 100 to 300 that falls off every week, because that's how the company is able to sustain to pay us $3,000 a week, folks. This pay plan is how I was able to quit my job after 3 months. This pay plan is how I was able to pay off $50,000 of credit card debt. It's so simple how it's laid out. Anybody that joins today will be able to make the type of income that I've made, that Brig has made, or somebody who's been in 2 years ago, because that's how it's built. And Bobby Gray coins it the blue collar comp plan, because that's how simple it is. 3-3, you earn 1,000. 9-9, you earn 3,000. Okay, any points that doesn't get paid, it gets rolled over. And then choosing payout, you can accept payout in coins. You can accept in USDC, which is cash, or you can accept extra hash power, which is additional mine. So it's up to you. Remember, this is a weekly payout. Okay, and of course, I know I'm going over it quickly because I just want to illustrate and give you guys just a little taste of what it is. We do excessive training about this for those of you who wants to build, who wants to share. So don't worry about left points, right points. We'll teach you. As a matter of fact, I tell my people, when you bring in somebody, let me know. We'll look at your tree. will be able to help you balance that so that you can maximize this year, because it's all about making more money, right? And we definitely want to show you how it's done. Now, this month, the company's running a promotion. They call it the 1-2 free bonus. So what does that mean? Every time you bring in 3 people in this month of January, not only will you get 2 extra minds if you do it within 30 days, but now they're adding coins. They're giving you extra coins as an incentive starting the new year to go out there, and you can earn up to $4,000 worth of Texit coin. Let me go ahead and kind of go through this quickly. When you bring in 3 people, again, if you do it in 30 days, you get 2 extra mines. That's $2,000 in value, right? On top of that, if those three people come in between 3 to 6 points, 1 mine is 1 point, right? If they all just buy 1 each, you get $200 worth of coins. If those 3 comes in at 7 points, so how do you get 7 points? So 1 person buys 2, another buy 2, and 1 buy 3. That's 7 points. They give you $500 worth of coin. How do you get to 12 points? Well, 3 people buying 4 mines each, that's 12 points. Not only will you get 2 extra mines, but they're going to give you $1,500 in extra coins. So how do you get 21 points? So 2 people buying 9 each, that's 18 points. And the third one can buy 3 points. And that gives you 21 points. That's how you'll be able to earn an extra $4,000 every time. I've been in this thing since May. So this is like, I'm going on 8 months. They've run some promotion in the past. Bobby has never ran a promotion this powerful before. For those of you who are builders, again, this is completely optional. If you are builders, get with me, get with Brig, get with all of your leaders, and we'll help you strategize so that you can benefit. I mean, if I had this at the very beginning, Brig had this, he won't be able to stand because he's so heavy down with coins. But hey, $4,000. You can cash out. Once you get the coins, you send them to the exchange, you'll be able to cash out, pay your bills. It's extremely powerful, folks. You know, it's all about teamwork here. You know, Brig and I, we're not on the same team. He doesn't benefit from me. I don't benefit from him. It's all about collaboration, working together. And so it's all about teamwork. If you choose to join us and you want to build this thing, just know that you're not in this by yourself. You got helpers. You got people like myself, people like Brig to help you. There's a Telegram channel that you can participate in, team training calls, opportunity calls, Bobby Gray's calls, live company events, team events, marketing funnels. I mean, everything that you need to be able to be as successful as you want to be with this project. So if you're ready to join, you know, packages range anywhere from $9.95 all the way up to $54,000. You heard Brig mention some of his buddies, you know, are able just to, you know, drop that in a bucket. I haven't been able to get somebody to drop $54,000 yet, but hopefully soon. Remember, never buy more than what you can afford to lose. As with any crypto, this industry is still relatively new. It started back in Bitcoin 2010. It's only been 15 years. And because of that, there are a lot of scammers out there. Okay. There are people lurking, you know, around to see when you falter, when you make a mistake. Like I lost 7 Bitcoins in 2019. So because of that, you got to be careful. You know, there are scammers out there, but that doesn't take away from the fact that there are real legitimate project like Texit Coin right now in its early stages that you can still participate in and be able to watch this coin rise all the way to the moon. This is not a guarantee, but Texit Coin has a clear mission and will do everything to send this rocket to the moon and beyond. So I want to welcome you to the Texit Coin project. This is the end of my presentation. Brig, I want to turn this back over to you. And if you have any questions, I'll be around, or we can help answer any questions that you have about this opportunity.
Amen. Hey, give Don a hand. Don, don't go anywhere. Sit right there. Hey, how many of y'all are as confused as I am? No. You know what? It isn't so much confusing. Listen, it's like learning a new language, which I only know 2 languages, and I speak them both fluently, English and Southern, y'all. I have never learned another language because I'm not willing to give myself the time. My brain power just won't let me go there. But I want to tell you something. You don't have to understand it to succeed at this. Why? It's just bringing people. When I came to know the Lord, let me tell you, I was so excited about getting saved. I didn't shut up. I went into restaurants. I went into public bathrooms. I was telling people about Jesus. And I actually was approached by a bunch of people that were in the church that said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm telling about this, my Savior. Save me. I'm not going to hell anymore." And they go, "You got to calm down." You know what was interesting? I would take a dozen to upwards, sometimes to 50 plus people that I talked to church with me. I watched them give their hearts to the Lord. And my pastor at that time, Homer Lindsay down at First Baptist Church, says, "Where are you getting all these people?" I said, "They're out that door. Out that door. They're to the left, to the right. They're everywhere." This is where I realized there's almost 8 billion people on the earth. Do you know that all of them, you got to get this mindset. They're all looking for something, folks. Is there anybody here that's not looking for anything? You got everything you want in life. You're just here because you were bored. You wanted a free slice of pizza or something. You came here because you're looking for something. Remember what I told you about happiness? Something that, someone loves something to do, something to hope for. How many of y'all feel a little bit of hope tonight? Allow yourself to believe just a little bit. Now, I believe a lot more because the more I do this, you listen to Don. It's the third time I've watched him do the presentation. I'm learning a lot. I'm going to introduce somebody. I want you to hear from someone else. This is powerful. I met this gentleman also. This is the beauty of this kind of a business. People talk about networking. This is not an MLM. This is not an investment. We are not, financial advisors. This is an asset acquisition I made. I had a few dollars laying around. I put it in. It's doing something. It's doing something that I'm excited about. Now, it's great for me, but it's great for anybody that wants something more, because my mentality is everybody wants something more. Does that mean everybody will get involved? No. I'm going to tell you, you're going to meet people like Mitchell. You see, Don, watch this. I listened to this guy's testimony from Ocala, Florida. He'll tell you his background. You've got to hear that this is all about all kinds of people. We all have different wants, needs, desires, dreams, and voids. But God made us all the same, to desire something more in life. And here's what I know. I'm on this planet for a short time. I'm going to get the most out of life as I can. I love what Helen Keller, they don't even teach her anymore. She was, and she's still one of my favorite authors, but she says, I'd rather do something great in life. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. And look, coming from a woman that was blind and deaf, they used to say blind, deaf, and dumb. She was anything but dumb. But let me tell you, the wisdom that came from that woman, she went after life with a robust attitude and did great, wonderful things with very little so-called talent. She had great talent. It's just she couldn't see or hear. All of us, we're blessed to be able to see, hear, walk around on 2 legs and all that stuff. What's our excuse for not doing something great in this life? Take from Don, and now take from my friend Mitchell. Mitchell's going to share a little bit of his story. You're going to love this, by the way. Come on up, Mitchell. And Mitchell got a different perspective on this. He understands smart money.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I came here to hang out. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I just came out here to hang out, and then they're going to put me to work. I'm just playing. I enjoy what I do. I asked Brig, I said, Brig, how long do you want me to talk? And he said, keep it under 2 hours. So that is my commitment to all of you. And I do apologize. I showed up 5 minutes late, and my goal was to sneak into the back, and then I find out the bathroom is in the front of the room. So appreciate that. No, I'm gonna keep it short, but I really want to press into you guys. What an incredible opportunity. How blessed you are to be in this room and hearing about this project today. You heard about information from Don. He did an incredible presentation on something that is absolutely life-changing. The reason I can so confidently say that it's life-changing is because it's been life-changing for me already, and I see a lot of other people it's been life-changing for. So you need to ask yourself one question. One question to determine if this is absolutely a waste of your time. And it is, do you think cryptocurrency is the way of the future? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Well, let me tell you something. If you believe cryptocurrency is the way of the future, you're absolutely in the right place, right time, and whoever invited you here tonight will be your new best friend. If you don't, I encourage you to turn on the news. You heard Don talk about some of the things and comments our president is talking about. Who here has heard of the Genius Act? One step further into making America the crypto capital of the world. Incredible opportunity. Now, I'm going to share my story. I don't come from a crypto background. Right? I was in law enforcement 13 years. My last couple of years, I worked undercover narcotics and robberies. But I've been buying and selling cryptocurrencies since about 2015. And I've heard about every crypto project within 15 minutes of coming out. Someone's DMing me, calling me, texting me, telling me about some new crypto project. When I heard about Texit Coin back in February from the least crypto person ever, my uncle, he said, Mitchell, have you ever heard of Texit Coin? I said, what's a Texit? He said, well, Texit. Have you ever heard of Texit? I said, what's a Texit? He said, it's a crypto. I said, well, let me do some research and I'll get back to you because I've never heard of that one. And see, this is where my uncle got it wrong. He said, well, let me tell you a little bit about it. He said, well, you know, back when Biden was president, Texas was talking about seceding. Does anyone remember that? Yeah. He said, during that time, there was a man named Bobby Gray. And Bobby Gray created a cryptocurrency called Texit. And the idea behind Texit is if and when Texas ever secedes, it's going to become Texas's currency. You know what I told my uncle? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm not interested. You see, cryptocurrency gets its value from its utility. What's its purpose? And if you're telling me the purpose, the utility of this coin is Texas seceding, everyone is open to have their own opinions, but I think, in my opinion, the odds of that happening during my lifetime may be pretty slim. And if that's the purpose of the coin and that never happens, the coin never goes up in value. So I said, no, thank you. And I threw it in the bucket with all those other crypto projects. About 5 days go by, and when my uncle first told me about it, it was at 16 cents. About 5 days go by, and I'm logged into a crypto exchange. Y'all let me know if I'm a jerk for this. You know, you can be honest. I'm logged into a crypto exchange, and I think about this Texit coin, and I thought to myself, you know, I'm going to pull this Texit coin up. I'm going to take a photo showing that it crashed, and I'm going to send it to my uncle and say, I told you so. Yeah, I'm a jerk. So I pull it up, and it went to 21 cents. And I thought, oh, man, some egg on my face. Mitchell, maybe you need to humble yourself, not act like you know everything, and do some research. So I went to a website called coinmarketcap.com. If you're not familiar with that site, I encourage you to jot it down, put it in your phone. Coinmarketcap.com. Incredible website. It's third party. It's not tied to Texit. It's been around for years and years and years and years, way before Texit was ever thought of. And you can look up Bitcoin, Texit, Ethereum, XRP, whatever cryptocurrency you want on there. And then incredible thing about the blockchain, it's transparent. You can't hide anything. So the first thing I see when I pull up Texit coin on CoinMarketCap, it wasn't the price, it wasn't the chart. It was in the top right-hand corner. There's a chart there, a bullish, bearish chart. Now, if you're not familiar with that terminology, bullish meaning people want more of it, and bearish meaning people want to get rid of it. We know everything in life is based on supply and demand. So I pull this coin up that I've never heard of and see that we're like over 90% bullish on this coin. It's a good sign, right? A signal of a coin that's going to go up. The demand is there. The second thing I wanted to check was the chart. You know, all of us would love to invest or purchase a crypto at 3 cents, go to sleep, wake up and it be $30, right? Make a lot of money. But if it shoots up that fast, I can promise you I've been there, I've done it. It's coming down that fast, right? That's what we call a rug pull in the crypto world. So when I pulled up Texit coin, I saw nice, natural, healthy, steady growth. I saw dips. I saw it going up and down. It looked natural, healthy, and steady growth. So I checked these two check boxes for me. The third thing I wanted to check into was liquidity. Does the coin have the liquidity? Can I sell my coin? Right? You see, the crypto market never shuts down. It's not like the stock market. You can buy cryptocurrency at 2 a.m. on Christmas if you would like. You can sell it. You can move it around. It never closes. When I get ready to sell my crypto, if the liquidity is not there, I won't be able to sell it. So does it have liquidity? I look into this Texit coin I've never heard of and found out that there's millions of dollars of liquidity. So it checked the 3 boxes that I look at when I'm looking to purchase crypto. And I told you I was a cop for 13 years. Maybe I'm tend to be skeptical. I said, this crypto looks good, but what about this Bobby Gray guy? What's his story? Let me look into him. And looking back, maybe it's a little stalkerish. You guys are learning a lot about me now. Maybe I'm a stalker and a jerk, but by the time I got done with Bobby and researched him and investigating him, I had his house pulled up on Google Maps, on Google Earth. I'm looking down his house. I know his wife's name, his kid's name. I know everything about Bobby Gray. And as I'm doing this research, I come across this YouTube video of Bobby Gray testifying in front of Congress, in front of one of my heroes, Ron Paul, is an American hero. And I see Bobby in that high-stress situation. And I see him looking Ron Paul and the rest of them in the eyes, and he's telling government they need to keep their hands off our money. Who here says that when government gets involved with some things, it typically doesn't go great? And he sat there and he told them the importance of honest money. And I said, I can get behind that. So I called my uncle up and I said, I might have made a mistake. I'm going to go ahead and get involved and start mining this Texit coin. So I throw in my $995 and I forget about it. I don't tell anyone. 27 days I share it with nobody. On the 27th day, it was a Tuesday. The only reason I remember that is because I found out that day that they do these update Zooms. Every single Tuesday, Bobby jumps on a Zoom. As a miner, you can get on there. You can learn how we're growing, different things we're doing. And I'm on this Zoom, and I'm hearing about this project, and I get so passionate about the project, and I think to myself, if I don't tell my mom and my brothers about this, if this does what I think it's going to do, and I don't share it with them, out of self-preservation, I better share it with them. They're going to kill me, right? So that's all I did. I shared it with my mom and my brothers and my wife for the very first time. And a couple of days go by, and I thought, there's these 3 gentlemen that I talk to all the time about crypto, but I've never mentioned Texit coin. If this works the way I think it's working and the way it's working right now, if it continues to work this way and I don't share it with them, they're going to kill me. So out of self-preservation, I share it with my neighbor, my barber, and a really good friend of mine. Something incredible happened. A couple days later, I get a call from a lady named Kogi Horton. She says, Mr. Tucker, you earned a commission, but you never told us how you want to be paid. So what are you talking about? So I give her my information, a few $1,000s hit my account. That night, the night before, I'm in bed, and I promise you, and there's a lot of people that can attest to this, how addicting is it watching your crypto account grow? Anybody else addicted to that? Yeah, it should hit any day now, or any minute now. All right, my favorite notification. So I'm laying in bed, and I thought to myself, oh man, I forgot to check my crypto wallet. So I lean over on my nightstand, I grab my phone, I do the whole pull down reset thing. I was earning about 20 coins a night at that time. And when I reset it, it was 67 coins. And I did some math, pulled on my calculator. I typed in 67 coins a night. I did what Don did, times $80, times $100. And I wasn't even tired anymore, right? You're wide awake. Now I'm pacing the living room. Come to find out, if you share it with 3 people, they give you 2 more free miners. I had no clue. Incredible opportunity. Because of Texit, and I will tell you, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I would never tell you what to do with your money. I have no idea what the future holds. But there's only one way to get a glimpse into the future, and it's by judging the past. So I can tell you what the past has done for me. I can share you my story. Don can share you his story. Brig can share you his story. And we can tell you what it's done for us. And that's how you get a glimpse into the future. I've been able to retire my wife. I'm completely debt-free. I have 2 brand new vehicles, and I've met incredible, incredible people. Texit Coin has been an absolute blessing to my life. So you only need to ask yourself one question. Do you think cryptocurrency is the way of the future? Yeah. How many miners do you want? Thank you guys so much.